today on our Building 1000 Leaders initiative here at Seamfix Limited, we have with us Georgia Akuwudu. So just to give a bit of background, Georgia has 2 years accounting experience at Seamfix. She was actually an ex-accountant at Seamfix Limited. She also has a 5-year audit experience at KPMG and PwC. And now 5 years operations management experience at Amazon UK. She is currently the site leader and general manager of Amazon's EMA2 Fulfillment Center, and also serves as the president of Black Employee Network for the Amazon UK Customer Fulfillment Network. In 2019, she won the UK's Every Woman in Logistics Above and Beyond Award. And she is also a chartered accountant with a BSc in accounting and an MSc in finance. And she also volunteers as the finance lead for Slum to School Africa. Talk about wearing a lot of hats. Georgia.
So my name is Georgia. I'm currently the site leader for Amazon EMA2, so one of our fulfillment centers in the UK. However, I would say my career journey started about 10 years ago, actually, to be precise, May 9th, 2011, in Seamfix. So I had just graduated in December of 2010. I had just finished my last exams, actually. I was still pending like an official graduation. I finished in December and I got interviewed at Seamfix, which is a whole different story, but was quite enlightening. And I started with the company May 9th, 2011. So it's my sister's birthday. That's why I know the date specifically. I'm not that good with dates. And I started as an account assistant with Seamfix. I believe Seamfix was just about 4 years old then, or getting to about 4 years old. So there wasn't really like a proper accounting structure in place. So myself and Nneka was the main accountant while I was the account assistant. We were both employed to kind of build that accounting structure for the company. So which we did. So we started, Nneka was quite good because she had a bit of experience. So she already started the process. And I think about 4 months into that process, she then switched jobs. So that was then handed over to me. So I became the main accountant, and then we had to recruit another account assistant to support me through that process. And yeah, that was how I became the accountant in Seamfix. And I did that for about a year and a half before I then transitioned to KPMG to be an auditor. And then moved from KPMG to PwC, still as an auditor. And then I got a scholarship to do my master's. So I got a scholarship with Total in 2015. So I went to France to do my master's. And then after my master's with Total, I then got the job with Amazon and moved to the UK. So that's a bit about my career journey so far. But I would say my time in Seamfix was quite interesting because obviously I was just fresh out of school. I had no experience whatsoever. And having a company that was willing to take me on, help me on board, show me what it was like, to start life, like the whole career journey. Put a lot of faith in me to actually deliver on what they were asking. Because like I said, there was no structure in place at that point in time. It was my first time with dealing with ambiguity, and I'd say Seamfix really taught me to deal with ambiguity because I had no idea what I was doing. I had to read up, I had to learn a lot, I had to reach out to like more experienced people to try to understand what exactly was expected and ensure that I was delivering on the right things. But that kind of experience just pushes you to grow. So much so now that anytime I face ambiguity, I know that, okay, it's just another level of ambiguity. You can definitely overcome this new level. Yeah. And I think the best part of being there actually was I wrote my ICANN exams, so Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. I wrote my ICANN exams whilst I was in Seamfix. Was the support that I got like all through that process because it was quite intense. So I was pretty much working Monday to Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday I was going to like weekend school for ICANN, and I come back again on Monday, and that routine. And then at nights I have to read for the exams. But there was like 100% support from her. There was 100% support from the directors. They were actually like pushing pushing me to ensure that I became a chartered accountant, because they wanted their accountants to all be chartered accountants. So they actually like pushed me and supported me through that program or that phase of my life. And I did become a chartered accountant while I was there. I like to keep learning. If I'm in an environment where I'm no longer learning, I become very restless. And I probably, try to look for like an escape route or something. But I like to keep learning. That's what energizes me, keeps me going. The fact that I'm not getting brain dead, I'm learning something new, I'm applying something new, I'm doing something different. So that's why I like taking on new challenges, because before you take on a new challenge, you need to go back and like deep dive to understand what exactly are you getting into, what actions are going to put in place, what steps, what's the solution, and blah, blah, blah. So taking on new challenges really just feeds me. It feeds my energy. Maybe that's possibly why I've hopped around a lot, possibly. But even in like staying in one environment, if I'm able to learn and grow, that just keeps me going.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting to see, actually. And I still keep in contact with one of the directors. And I would say, like, whenever we speak, I say, like, I extremely express how proud I am of how the company has gone. Because when I joined, it really was at the startup phase. I know there were people that probably joined, like, years before me, maybe, right from year one, that may even have, like, more to say. But I came in around, like, year 4 and seeing it where it's at right now. It's almost like watching something grow from like a baby to an adult, and it's really impressive. It's really impressive to see what they've been able to do with like all the projects that are being worked on, all the projects that are being delivered on, the kind of contracts they're getting, like the scale of the business, how the business has just grown. But I think one of the things that is probably letting it get to that point is the engagement. So for example, when I was in Seamfix, I felt like we had a highly engaged team. Like it was open office, feel free, walk in, speak to anybody. It didn't feel hierarchical to me. It just felt like home, like it's free, it's open, you're comfortable. If you don't know something, there are never any stupid questions. You can ask anyone. You can go for lunch, we'll go for lunch downstairs. You can have, good engagement, good banter. Like it was like one big family, probably because it was really small at that point in time. Maybe because the headcount was small. I don't know if things are different now, but it was like that one team, like a dream team, regardless of who is in account, who's at the reception, who are the software developers, who are the directors. No, there was that segregation wasn't really there. It was just like one big happy family, and there was that unity. And when you have that unity, you then have people that are willing to bend over backwards to just deliver on tasks, even when it gets tough or anything, just because people are that motivated, they want to give it their all. So that was the kind of environment, and such an environment helps you just grow and thrive. So I'm hoping it's still the same environment now, many more years down the line. But when you have a team that is like that, you can definitely 100% expect that there will be significant growth. So yeah, I think I'm proud. I always believe I had a big role to play in that. I would say my work ethics that I currently have, I got that from Seamfix. And it's not necessarily just because it was the first place that I worked, but how do I explain this now? Maybe because, I had to balance having to work and then also having to read for my professional exams together. But it built such a strong work ethics in me that even now, right now, as I'm here, in Amazon in the UK, there are certain things that I do and people just think like, where do you get this strength from? But it's not overnight. That's why I say that it's not strength that was built overnight. It's stuff that has been ingrained in me right from my first job that I was taking. This go-getter, you can achieve it, you can do it if you put your mind to it. That kind of attitude. I would say Seamfix definitely taught me that, because some of the challenges, some of the things that were given to me that I felt like, okay, there's no way I can actually do this. I can't put this together. But I was surrounded by people that felt like, there's no such thing as you cannot do it. You actually can. If you want to, if you put your mind to it, you will do it. So I 100% appreciate that mentality that was ingrained in me right at the early days of my career, and that is what I have used and applied even down the years, down the line, across the different companies that I have been with. And it's one I really do appreciate. Open, very honest. So my manager back then, who was the director of operations, he didn't feel like, like my boss. You know how it is in certain companies where you have a boss and just unapproachable. There's that level of, I don't want to say respect, because you always have to respect people regardless of their levels. But I don't know if you get the picture I'm trying to paint. We didn't have that then. It was like, okay, this is your manager, yes, no doubt, but this is your colleague. That's how I saw my manager. Like, this is my colleague, so I can approach easily, say, you're doing this way. This is not the way I think it should be done. Let's do it this other way. I can openly have those kind of discussions. I can challenge. I can push back. When you're in environments where you can give feedback, whether it's positive or constructive feedback to like your managers and people above you or higher than you, then there will definitely be that success in that business, because then they can take that feedback and use that to improve and make changes that will, lead to better decisions being made. So that's the kind of environment that we had in Seamfix. Very open, humble, transparent environment.